Welcome to Profile Traders. This is Reza and you're listening to our market analysis for December the 18th. I was missing in action these past few days because I'm conducting a webinar, but a lot took place since last I spoke. We saw a full-blown collapse of the Russian currency, which is obviously signs of severe internal economic trouble, and that trouble mainly being caused by an absolute complete crash in the oil markets, which many people are confused about. Nobody really knows the reasons behind it. Some are citing OPEC getting together hand in hand, conducting this operation of oversupplying the markets in order to hurt the shale oils or shale oil companies in the US. Then others are saying that this is Saudi Arabia doing it on its own to punish Russia and to punish Iran for supporting Assad in Syria. Some are saying that it's a cataclysmic upcoming slowdown which has been initiated already in the Asian markets and very widespread in the Latin American markets, and it's on its way to severely hit Europe and here with a very bad outlook for next year. Whatever it is, it definitely literally destroyed crude. And while that was happening, we got a little bit of a pullback in ES and things were starting to look pretty darn good, bad as we were approaching 1950 level. And at the same time, we had talks and fears about how Madam the Chairman, Yellen, was going to tighten up interest rates early next year due to this absolutely phenomenal, unprecedented, brilliant, off-the-chart economic recovery that we are witnessing in the United States miraculously. Miraculously, when the rest of the world economies are going to the dumpster, now we are growing at 4.5% all on our own. And when the global economy was growing at 8 and 9 and 10%, and everybody wanted to wear a damn skinny jean from Levi's or a Banana Republic t-shirt, we were growing at 2.5%. Somehow now magically, just on our own, we are growing at 4%. So based on this very brilliant reading, they spreaded the rumor that Madam the Chairman was gonna hint us that the rates were going up, which is pure stupidity. Rates are not going up anytime soon, because if rate goes up, the country with the largest debt in the world will go out of business because he will not be able to service now a debt that is overpassing and surpassing its GDP. So then Madam came out and pretty much said a whole bunch of BS, that there is no rush to raise rates, But however, they will also look at numbers. If anything changes, maybe, it's possible. Brilliant, brilliant. So this was good enough to trigger a massive rush of money back into the market again. And as a result, we saw an explosion yesterday. Overnights were very interested to participate as well, which they jumped in without any hesitation, which was an indication of a fundamental change. When the Federal Reserve give reassurance and Madam the Chairman is becoming friendly again, market, gets a little bit sensational. Feelings come out. Feelings of love, feelings of generosity, buying. So today was again continuation. Nobody can argue that it is extraordinary bullish, with 3 consecutive closes at the high, with a very decent volume. It looks good. It is very, very possible that we are going to now take that previous high out. And once that will happen, we will know if this has leg in it and we are going to go probably towards 2100, or it's just a little short-term reaction and market then will reverse itself. But for now it looks very strong, and in the very, very short term nothing at all bearish will happen before we break 2026. Therefore any pullbacks now towards area of 44, its support, then pull back towards 2037 is support, and then most importantly 2026. If we break that down, next target 2009. Upside, I cannot tell you. Nobody can tell you. We just have to monitor to see if there is still enough demand coming in to push this thing up directionally, or it's gonna start to show a sign of weakness by struggling and starting to give strong pullbacks. Till then, we won't know. As for crude, it is, an absolute casino. You roll the dice. You roll the dice comes, you get paid massive. You roll the dice, the bad number comes, you go home shortless, pantless, maybe your underwear left on your body. That's how brutal this is now. So that whole gain that came in, which I warn you is shoot from this very oversold level, came in, but there was absolutely no leg in it, or no leg to stand on it, and immediately the whole thing faltered back down, and now we are again towards the lows here. Based on the chart, it seems like we are somehow trying to build a base, and for this base to be constructive, it should hold above 53.5. As long as we remain above 53.5, these lows could be attractive buys. We have to know what we are wishing for here. If you purely and simply believe that this is all done for this benefit of the consumers, you are dreaming. This will have severe consequences. Consequence number 1, it will put a lot of vibrant companies that were creating good paying jobs out of the market. The whole energy sector, new innovation on how to extract oil, many elements in that industry will close doors, because at this price it doesn't make any sense to continue fund any ongoing project. Number 2, it will create extreme competition against green. All that green is gonna go brown because nobody wants to pay 3 times more for green while they can just use oil like if it was toilet oil because it's so cheap. Number 3, this drop could mean an extraordinary severe slowdown is coming our way. And if this is the case, God protect us, because no matter how much you will be saving that $15 or whatever to put oil in your car, you may not have a job to even afford that. So let's not wish like a bunch of simplets that this is good and let's have it collapse some more. Nothing that crashes in such an unnatural manner is healthy. Nothing. Not even oil. So let's see if we can build some bottom here. If we do hold above 53, 52, then I have no problem that either tomorrow or the next day we should reach back again towards 58. But if we do break 53, 52, one must be extremely cautious because that may bring in some more new liquidation coming into the market. Now with gold, also it is building itself a very solid support right around 1200. But as Russia's economy is going down the toilet, I would not be surprised that they are constantly forced to liquidate gold to raise cash. That definitely will be a drag on gold. But if we take that out of the picture, it seems like 1200 now is a new base that it has built. If of course we break again below this low put in by 1182, there is a POC down there at 1150 that becomes target. But as long as we hold above that, we are in some sort of a little bracket here, and the bracket is contained between 1214 to 1182. If it breaks to the upside, it could be a good break, because then we are probably gonna go challenge again this high of 1240 and eventually even go challenge 1250. But if we break below 1182, be very careful. As always, thank you for listening. This was Reza with profiletraders.com.